It's day 2 of the Engineering Design Show 2025 in Coventry. And in the podcast studio with me now is James East from Würth Electronics. So for any of our audience who is unfamiliar with that brand, can you just give me a summary of what your company does?
Sure. Yeah. Well, thanks very much for having me, first of all. Würth Electronics, we are a component manufacturer. We're a German-based company, based on the name, as you probably guessed. We're a worldwide company manufacturing components for PCBs. And in essence, we manufacture, other than the silicon on a PCB, a lot of other parts that go around that, those ICs. So everything from passive components, electromechanical, automotive specialized products, and wireless connectivity and sensor products. So radio modules, Bluetooth, sensors, etc. And we provide directly to the market from single entities, right up to sort of blue chip organizations and everything in between.
Yeah, brilliant. You're here at the Engineering Design Show. What are you hoping to achieve? What are your goals for the show?
We've been at EDS for, I think, since the first year it started, so we've sort of grown with it, really. Our stand's got bigger, we have more people on the stand. It's always to meet as many people as we can in the electronics world, really. We've probably got a really good mix of customers we already know, but it's really great to reconnect and have a bit more of a low pressure conversation with them out of the office in a sort of 1 hour meeting scenario. We've just got time to have a really nice open conversation, but equally meet a lot of new contacts. There's always new customers we seem to see at these exhibitions, new people joining the companies we already know and finding out what's happening in the market, new technologies and what customers are working on in terms of designs.
So a good refresh.
Yeah, I think so. And there's always new technology. Technology is moving so quickly from our side, but customers are always interested in keeping an edge on what they're designing, and the market's moving every day. So it's great to reconnect about it.
Brilliant. You've got a lot of technology on your stand. Gonna walk past there and have a look. If you had to pick 1 or 2 products on your stand to sort of spotlight, highlight as examples of innovation and new things, what did you choose?
I think the radio modules is always quite an easy one to pick because it's probably the most technical product and the most sort of innovative or easy to attract people onto the stand anyway with the things that we're doing. So anything around the radio modules is really interesting. I think for us it's more than just the hardware. It's quite a complex product to design in. There's a lot of software considerations, there's a lot of RF considerations, which are both quite in-depth technical things to think about. So it's quite fun to step into that with customers because it's really engaging. So that's probably on the modular side. Particularly, we've got new technology around electronics. So you did from your standard LEDs all the way up to now things like vertical cavity lasers, which are for spatial 3D mapping and time of flight measurements. So we do, really quite nice high-tech products, but everything then down to simple capacitors and pin headers that needs to go onto those same boards that make the whole application work. A lot of customers, I think, don't know how AI is going to affect them. I was talking to a customer yesterday about EMC in particular, and we support a lot of customers on EMC design. We've got a lot of EMC products, but how is AI actually going to help? Can you feed your design into an AI system and tell it what your EMC issues are likely going to be, or how you can solve your EMC issues? But I think our sort of joint agreement is at the moment it's not very good at doing that. It doesn't really understand there's so many variables in EMC. You could feed your design in, but it doesn't take into account the layout or what enclosure is in or what angle it's tilted at when you're measuring it. There's so many other things. So I think, yes, everyone's very interested in it. Everyone's looking at it. But I think in terms of electronic design or helping with electronic design, I think it's still not there yet. Whether it's going to get there in a year or 2 years or 5 years, I think everyone is very interested to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's everything else.
Well, we can have the same conversation in a year's time.
And we'll see what's happened. I might be eating my words, yeah.
We're on the Sustainable Engineering Alliance stand, so I'm going to ask a question about sustainability in general. We've got lots of attributes to sustainability here: energy efficiency, product reliability, durability, and that sort of thing. Give me a few examples.
Yeah, even from a product perspective, we've got products now in our optoelectronics range that are LED specifically developed for horticultural lighting, so for plant growth in vertical farming. So that's the energy consumption for farming and agriculture. That's unreliability in weather and how it's harder to get yield. So moving internally to a controlled environment where you can use solar power to power your plant trays, or horticultural LEDs tuned to specific wavelengths for plant growth or plant flowering, means you can increase or decrease the growth time of particular plants, or you can tune the wavelength to particular plant types, whether it be now trees you can start to develop rather than just your lettuce and cress and things like that. So that's one area. I'd say as a company, we've invested heavily. I think everyone's trying to be visually more green as a company, but we're taking it very seriously as a big organization. So how we can make our products, manufacturing those more effectively, how we can, as a business, be more green, being simple things like more solar power, and how we have sort of people and services as a sustainability is really the more the sort of overarching word I think that we use. So in the UK and globally, we've now got an EcoVadis rating.
Okay.
So we're EcoVadis approved in globally. We're gold level, approved level. We've got silver ratings in various sites, and our aim is to be gold rated in all of our locations globally. We've got 50 countries independently all over the world at various different stages, so we're working towards that, and we're obviously reducing carbon footprints as everyone's trying to do.
Maybe that's something we can investigate in more detail after the exhibition.
Absolutely.
See how you've achieved that certification.
Brilliant.
I'll bring the interview to a conclusion, and the sort of penultimate question really is, how do people interact with Würth? So if they're interested in the sort of embedded IoT or the technology I'm talking about there, what are the channels to get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, it's really easy. We try and make it as easy as possible. We've got a very big sales force internally and externally, so we're regionally based, very close to customers, and we really like to come and visit customers and talk actually at the table with you and show products that we've got, understand what you're working at. So we will come and speak to you and come and visit you without really too much foresight or planning. We've got a really good website, but in essence, you can come to us directly with any inquiries that you have. So simple email, phone call, website. We've got an e-commerce development platform that we're working on, and at the moment it's a web-based platform where you can type in parts, you can quote request off of that directly, you can order samples. So for all of our products, they're free samples available directly from us. You don't have to go to any distribution channels. We don't have any MOQs. So again, if you're just looking at low volume prototypes, we can supply that to you directly. And obviously mass production in any volumes we can support with as well. And that's all direct from us. Just email me, for example, and then we arrange that behind the scenes for you. So that's a little bit unique that we have some distribution partners as a sort of shop window for engineers, but in essence, you can come to us direct for everything. And we're making that easier with the digital tools that we get online, or if you want to speak to a real person, you can pick up the phone.
Brilliant. I'm going to finish with two questions. Your engineering hero of all time.
I mean,
think of someone.
It's a hard one. I think maybe because we're an EMC company, or we do a lot in magnetics. Maybe it should be one of the the OGs in electromagnetic theory. So maybe one of those guys who paved the way to how our EMC products work. So maybe one of the
unsung heroes.
One of those people, I think. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to sell many EMC products.
Yes. And if there was one invention that you wish you'd invented, what would that be?
I mean, that's a hard question. You go for something classic like the see-through toaster, then you see when you're toasted. My toast is always getting burned, and my wife's always saying we need to get a toaster, and you can see when the toast burns. So a see-through toaster, I know it's out there, so maybe that one I'll go for. That.
Well, we happen to own a see-through toaster.
Perfect. Send me a link, and I'll
can't go wrong. Thank you very much for your time.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, have a great time at the show, and we'll catch up, and we'll learn more about your EcoVadis and applications.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Yes,
Thank you.